Hey guys, how's it going? 2021 has been a crazy year and lots of things happened that were positive and negative. We're going to talk about all of them today in today's vocabulary lesson, and the aim is that we discuss real life events that you can relate to, because when you relate to events, you learn the vocabulary based on your real life's experiences. So let's start. Let's see if we can get this done. Word number one today is chaotic. I think nowadays every year is pretty chaotic. This year was wild with everything that happened with the Trump and White House, with everything that happened with the space world, with Elon Musk, with Richard Branson, and of course COVID-19 and natural disasters, who can forget that? Afghanistan as well. We'll talk about that too. So basically, when everything is crazy, when things are not going as expected, the whole situation is out of control. It is chaotic, and 2021 was a chaotic year. Word number two is segregated. Unfortunately, this was the worst thing that happened in 2021. We became segregated. People discriminated against each other, and that's called segregation. When you're in a segregated society, you're in a society where people discriminate and they feel it's the right thing to do, which is crazy, right? We know what's been happening nowadays with people who are vaxxed and anti-vaxxed, and what is happening is segregation. Unfortunately, we're no close to unity. We've never been, and this was one chance where we could have been closer with the whole world working towards a solution, but we're just more segregated at the end of 2021. Word number three is progressive. Progression is something that always happens no matter what year we're in. That is one beauty of human evolution. You know how crazy it is? We take it for granted pretty much. We always say that, there's going to be the next iPhone model, there's going to be the computer which is going to reduce in size, and that is exactly what happens. We take these things for granted that we will progress. We never think that there's going to be a point where we might stop, we might not progress, because that just seems impossible, because it is. Every year, we take a leap in technology and we keep making our technology better, which is an amazing thing that humans are able to do time and time again. So this year was yet again a progressive year for technology with lots of developments. Word number four is turbulent. Fluctuations are turbulent, which means things going wildly up and down. If you think about the crypto world, a lot of people this year got involved in crypto, especially when it spiked in May and April this year. But then it fell down, and then it's been going up and down since. Right now it's not in a good position, but that means it's a good time to buy. That's an investor advice I'm going to give you. So I'm buying, by the way, right now. But that world is always fluctuating, or we can say that crypto world is turbulent. Word number five is unnerving. What happened in Afghanistan was unnerving. So unnerving is something where you are just so scared. So people in Afghanistan and people in the US now are unnerved because of the resurgence of the Taliban. That means that people are scared. Unnerved means scared. Word number six is intriguing. So as we can discuss all the negative things, there are interesting things to discuss as well, like the development of the metaverse and NFTs becoming really popular online. Those interesting things we can say are intriguing things or intriguing developments in the online world. And that is what that word means, intriguing, interesting. Word number seven is unearthing. What was unearthed means what was discovered. Unearthing means discovery of something. So what was unearthed this year? A lot of you might not know this. It is another ocean. So we have the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, and Arctic. Now we have the fifth ocean, the Southern Ocean. It was discovered by National Geographic this year, and it's going to be recognized in the books very, very soon. The next word is prodigious. Prodigious means amazing. So an amazing thing that happened was the very first citizen ever in the history of this planet, Richard Branson, the billionaire, went into space, and that is amazing or prodigious because he's a citizen. He's not an astronaut, and then Jeff Bezos was the second one, and this is going to keep happening more and more as space travel becomes more convenient. So this is a good development. It is progressive as well, and we're going to call it prodigious, meaning amazing. The next word is ominous. Ominous means scary. A lot of scary things have happened in 2021. One of them that I would mention here is the natural disasters that have happened all over the world. In Canada, in the US, the wildfires. In Germany, what happened with the floods. And in Europe, in a lot of places. Things didn't go well for the climate this year. That is an understatement. The next word is cutthroat. Cutthroat means competitive. So we say it as an adjective when you say cutthroat competition. So if we say that the US and China are in a cutthroat competition, that makes sense. Or the US is cutthroat, it means it is very focused on competition. It's very competitive. So right now what's happening, the world is changing rapidly. Banks are competing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. banks are scared that crypto might take over and everybody in banking industries will lose jobs. And that is very likely going to happen. In fact, I predict that is exactly what's going to happen, because good products always replace the stale, outdated, and underdeveloped products, especially when the banking system is so corrupt. So banks have been trying to put regulations on crypto for this whole year, the whole time. And that is very interesting, but that is also competitive. So the crypto industry is trying to be cutthroat, and so is the banking industry. That is what cutthroat means. Word number 11 is short-sighted. Short-sighted people are the people who don't think long-term, who don't even think in a smart way. They're not intelligent, and they make dumb decisions. So a lot of times our government officials do the same. So we're in Canada, but I follow a lot of the US news because that also impacts us too. This year we decided to, well, US had inflation. So I think Canada decided to have inflation right after that too. It's like we follow everything. So the US government has this year been going after billionaires. And as soon as Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and Tesla's Elon Musk, they both surpassed the $200 billion mark, everybody gunned for them. Everybody wanted their money, and mainly who got it were government officials. They said, how come you are so much powerful? How come you can make all the money? We want this much money. Read those tax stories about what happened to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. It is criminal what happened. When you tax business owners like this, businesses don't develop. And this is how the economy is made, when you let them be free. You don't go after people who have created thousands of jobs, but that is what happened. It's pretty dumb, and that's why I'm going to call it short-sighted. The next word is aggrandizement. So while Elon paid a lot of tax, it was also the period of his growth or aggrandizement. He went from, I think, $29 billion to, I think, now $300 billion. And that is a huge growth. So we can say that is the aggrandizement of Elon Musk's net worth, or the growth of his net worth. Coercive is probably a good word to describe 2021. Coercive people are forceful people, people who force others to do things that they don't want to do. For example, getting the jab, right? Getting the vaccine. That is something that we have been forced to do, and that is coercive. Nobody appreciates a coercive person or government. Word number 14 is comical, which is laughable. I think a lot of things that Joe Biden does is pretty comical. If you follow Joe Biden's fails or Joe Biden's gaffes on YouTube, you're going to have the time of your life seeing how this president is always sleeping in meetings, always trying to catch up with what's going on, and is completely unaware of his surroundings. I don't appreciate Joe as a president, and I'm going to say that whatever he does or how he portrays himself is pretty laughable or comical. The last word for today is historical. This year, with all the things that have happened, and mainly because of what happened with COVID-19, how we tried to overcome it and we simply failed, it is something that is going to be read in history books in future. And if it is of so much importance that it is going to be remembered, we call that event or year historical. 2021 has been a historical year for all the negatives, but also for all the positives, for how two big companies, Tesla and Amazon, developed this year, and so did a lot of others. iPhone and Facebook is going in that direction as well. So how is your 2021? Was it as you expected? Did it go better, worse? If it was worse or it stayed the same, what are you going to do differently in 2022? You know what we do here at AGGRANDIZEMENT Education? We educate you on not only English, but also life. We provide you success tips to be better in life, relationships, career, and business goals. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and you're going to learn lots of productive things to make your 2022 an amazing year. I hope you have a wonderful 2022 and a great holiday. Thank you. Take care.